There we go. We are live. Now let me set us some nice little music.
Guess I better join the Roll20 or enter the game.
Now I've got Well, I hope everybody's been having a good week.
I have, all things considered.
That's good. Everybody else, how things going?
Not a whole lot going on, really. Except for a lot of rain.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We haven't had too much precipitation here because it's pretty dry, but it's supposed to snow like tomorrow afternoon. Pretty severe weather.
Yeah, I'm glad it was rain and not snow.
Oh, yeah.
So we would have got an absurd amount of snow if it was cold enough.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Yeah, we had snow this past Tuesday afternoon, but it was gone by the afternoon because. But I also got bad news that they pushed back the publication date for my paper from this Wednesday to the Wednesday after. So instead of the 17th, it's going to be the 24th. But
It's rough.
yeah, but I mean, it's only 1 week at least.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping nobody named, because they've already named a new species of Tyrannosaurus. So I was hoping to get first theropod of the new year, but now I can't claim that. So my hope is that I can claim first Maniraptoran, which is a less inclusive clade, but I just gotta hope somebody else doesn't name one between now and next Wednesday.
Yep. Gotta love system gaming.
Yeah. I'm just glad that it's early in the year and not late in the year, and also that it's kind of the project's over with. Like, it's just a relief to know that I don't have to do more like editing or formatting or anything. Like, it's done. They'll be sending a copy of like the paper and like the article because they're doing a bunch of press release on it. They're sending one that's like going to be on basically just a site that journalists can use, and it'll be under strict embargo until 2 p.m. Eastern time on the 24th. But I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot of emails from people asking for statements about the new thing because they're going to write an article on their website. So
Did you get your audio issue fixed, Chris?
Oh, yeah, I did. That was...
There we go.
I literally could not hear anything in Discord, so I just restarted it.
Yep. We can hear you now, so that's good.
Yep.
I mean, I wasn't saying anything because I didn't hear anyone, and I'm like, wait a minute. There's green bubbles with people talking.
Yeah,
So
we
just
were trying to
restarted
tell
it?
you. We were trying to tell you we couldn't hear you if you were talking.
Yep.
Yep.
But should be all good now.
Okay.
I mean, but I will say naming any kind of dinosaur is really neat.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a very odd experience, but I look forward to it finally being out there.
Yep. My only hope is that it gets put in a museum somewhere.
It's already in a museum. It's just not on display because the femur and tibia are just absolutely sandwiched, crushed. Like they look like somebody rolled over them in a steamroller.
Ah.
They look like your mama sat on them.
I might have to. I might have to use that if somebody asks me what the bones are. What the bones are like. I might have to use that because that is gold.
Yeah, I will ask, what museum are they at?
The Carnegie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I donated them there after we did histological sectioning, so we cut through the... Well, Dr. Ballard did all the histology work, because I'm not really well-versed in that at all, so... And I was still in Kansas at the time, so I mailed the... I, sent them kind of all packed to where I am now. They did sections through the bones, and that's how we found out that it was a new species and not just a juvenile of Anzu. And then we started looking at all these things that we were like, oh yeah, these are just things that change as it grows up. These actually aren't things that just change as it grows up. These are things that are diagnostic of this new species. And so it all kind of came together, which was very cool. And so I've also got a bunch of shit posts that I am really itching to post in some shit posting groups that are related. And that means that the one viewer watching this, I think it's Robo, has gotten the exclusive that the journalists aren't gonna get, or I'll have to direct them to the first 10 minutes of this stream for the information.
That would be a funny situation. Yes,
Yeah.
do you want information on my scientific stuff, my new dinosaur discovery? Please go check out my Twitch stream.
Yep, just check out the first 10 minutes and I tell the whole story.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep, meanwhile they just hear an advertisement for both of these nuts.
Yep.
Get yourself a taster.
This new dinosaur brought to you by both of these nuts. Let me edit the stream title. There we go. So, are we all ready?
Yep.
Okay, so who
Yep.
wants to start with summarizing the events of last time? That was
What
an
did
interesting...
start last time? Because I am actually struggling.
Sorry, your mic is kind of...
I
Maybe
think
it's
it's
just me.
your internet. Because you're going way any frame. No, it is me.
Everyone's
Yes, I
talking
agree.
about me.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, that is odd. Oh.
Test.
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
You're very quiet
Okay.
now.
Oh, let me
Now it sounds better.
okay, if I'm...
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Discord was just having a moment.
Yeah.
My
It
my
was,
speakerphone turned off.
like, 1.5 second ping.
Oh yeah, I saw that like lag spike.
Yeah.
Yep.
Discord was having a moment.
Okay, good. I was worried it was going to be like my PC like crapping out.
Yep. We're good now, I think.
Yep. So, who wants to start summarizing the events of last time?
Well, we responded to a distress signal that triggered once we entered a system, the current system that we're in. There was a very lavish, fancy ship orbiting this planet, and the only surviving member that we could find on board was a princess of the Three World Empire.
Indeed. Then.
And she likes her meat well marbled.
Yeah, she had a rather fascinating story about how she fled the planet due to a plague, and all of her crew unfortunately died somehow, and she, charred their remains to hide the evidence of how she ate them instead.
Yep, and I would also note that the session began with you guys exploring a derelict UPP ship, which should not have been there,
Yes.
and
Finding there was no survivors on it, looking like the crew had purposely destroyed the bridge, sacrificing themselves, and on the ship we had found 3 very strange alien egg-like creatures that were slowly integrating themselves with the ship.
yep, and Victor.
Ship.
One of which, when I tried to collect samples, exploded a little bit. Or no, not exploded. Quite deliberately sprayed acid on my arm and
it did not take kindly to being poked with a knife.
No, I did not. Yeah, and I almost lost my arm.
Seeing how dangerous these things were, Amos rigged up several explosives, waited until we were a safe distance away, and then detonated them.
Yep.
Yes.
And accidentally took out the reactor, which then made us not be at a safe distance.
Yep.
But luckily,
our pilot was able to roll really damn well and got us out of there.
Yeah, before there was any serious damage.
Yep, and I overheard
other than to Victor's hand.
Something about a bonus if that didn't happen. I don't really know the full context, but
yeah. So
and then I insisted we go to October Outpost, which was where that distress beacon was.
Yep.
And then I revealed that my ancestors had set up a colony at this place, this planet, years ago, as they were some of the original settlers.
Yep. And when you landed, you found that the leader of this planet currently is a relative of yours.
Right, well, we'll find out soon enough. She has my last name.
Yep. And now we can begin. Sorry, just trying to... I'm gonna... For some reason, it does not want to let me... screw it. I'm gonna have to try it again. Because I do not want to stream the GM side.
I still want to know what city map they ripped this map from. What
Me
city
too.
GIS they ripped this map from.
Yeah, that is a good question. But anyways, let's get ourselves started. You guys have been brought to the throne compound where you find this woman wearing what looks like kind of stitched together like remnants of old Three World Empire Royal Marine Corps armor. And she kind of hands on her knees, gets to her feet. Haven't seen visitors around here in a long time. So, who are you? Why are you here? Do you have anything to do with that bitch up in atmosphere? Or, well, exosphere?
So we found some troubling stuff on her ship, and she's currently on our ship and in custody.
Okay, well, if you're not a friend of hers, then you're alright in my book for now, as long as you're not pirates. Then I'd have to kill you. She kind of smirks at that.
No. We're actually on a mission to reconnect colonies with the Middle Heavens.
Well, I'll be. After throwing us to the wolves for nearly a century, they've decided to come crawling back.
We
Yeah,
were
it's,
told. No.
What was that, Cliff?
We were told there's some kind of plague going on here, or
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a funny story. Well, not really funny, but, you know, funny in a cosmic sort of way, I guess. So, basically, everything was going fine, briefly. And, because this whole place was absolutely full of life. But then it all changed. And we had... It all changed when that fucking princess bitch arrived. Some sort of grand tour, vacation, some shit. Apparently, one of her crew must have been an asymptomatic carrier for some strain of the New Earth fucking plague. And, well, it ravaged through, like, just 2 years. Our population of 100,000 went down to less than 2,000. The only ones who survived were the ones who isolated themselves from the world, holding up in makeshift bunkers with as much food and water rations as they could possibly store. And the biggest problem was just the goddamn government couldn't decide on an action. They were just taking so long squabbling amongst themselves, just being like, some of them being like, oh, this is a hoax. Others being like, no, we gotta take this seriously. People are dying. And everybody was at a standstill. So nothing got done. And then it just got completely out of control. So when those original survivors emerged, this whole place was a shit show. Nobody was left alive on the surface. But we all remembered the problematic response of the government just not doing what needed to be done in time. And so those survivors decided that society had to have a single ruler that had the strength to make tough decisions, unlike the old government here. Now, the first leader to emerge was actually my mother, Juana. Sorry, what was it? Let me grab the name. Yeah. Juana Suck on it. And her first order as leader was to send teams of hazmat-wearing survivors to scavenge any weapons and armor they could find, food, water, other resources, as well as assessing biological contamination to ensure that the plague was not brought back into any of the shelters. The death toll these expeditions took in those first few years was high. By the time the surface was no longer contaminated, there were less than 1,000 of us left. But as Mom...
Did you say suck on it?
Wanna suck on it, yeah?
As in a relative of Chief Elder, I'm gonna suck on it?
I believe, yeah, if my own genealogy is true, then yeah. What's it to you?
And you're talking about of the Sagandis tribe?
Who else? What's it to you?
So my ancestors are still alive.
You're Sagandis, huh? I can see it.
The name's Cliff Torres.
Weird coincidence. Huh. My mother ended up finding taking a husband, last name Torres, and that's how I got my name. She kept hers, but she, as she aged, she retired. She declared to retire from the position, and a new warlord would take her place. And the way it would be decided was classic fighting to the death. And that was about 10 years ago. And I've been a warlord since then. So, basically, long story short, fucking royal bitch shows up doing some grand tour of Third World Empire, Three World Empire worlds. Asymptomatic carrier on her ship. The moment she finds out, she flees to orbit. So she hasn't been held accountable for fucking anything. Well, she killed nearly 100,000 fucking people. And we've been managing since then. The population's been growing because of the mandatory children order. All families, all couples must have at least 3 children. So our population can get back up. The Autumn Bay has been producing the algae, so we've been able to harvest that. We've traded with some of the other colonies. A couple of them went dark recently, or at least we haven't heard from them. We've done our best to avoid the collective. The dealings we've had with... I'm honestly surprised that... Did you look for the navigation data on that bitch's ship?
Did we do that yet, guys?
I think we were a bit preoccupied with the piles and piles and piles of charred bones.
I do think we did forget to do that. Also, something I should throw in, or I should ask, am I going to get shot if I radio into our ship?
You would have to ask, I imagine. That would probably be, like, if you just, like, grab for something, then they're probably going to raise their weapons at you because they don't know what you're doing, but...
Yeah. Then I'd like to offer, very politely interrupting, asking if I can radio back to our ship if he's talking about a asymptomatic carrier. I want to deal with some stuff since we currently have her in custody.
All right, yeah. I mean, who knows? It could be her. Could be one of the. We think it was one of the crew because just the fact that they traveled all the way out here. I mean, the fact that they traveled all the way out here at all without all of them getting sick is pretty amazing. But
yeah, and that's got me freaked out.
Yeah, naturally, ain't it the fucking royalty who cause all the problems and are the only ones to get away without dealing with the negative consequences of the actions. But we recently we've dealt with the marauders who have been unfortunately they wouldn't do what we've been wanting to do since forever, since the plague outbreak, but at least they did delete the navigation, or at least they said they deleted the navigation data on that princess's ship, because that's apparently what they've been doing everywhere. Something about keeping the perfected out of the middle heavens. I don't know if that means anything to you, but... Anyways, so you're trying to bring all us that were thrown to the wolves, you're trying to bring us back into the fold, eh?
More or
Yeah,
less.
It's part of a big initiative. We're out here in all the systems out here, just contacting old colonies, looking for new prospective places to set up camp and everything.
All right. And what guarantee do we have that you're not just gonna fuck us over? Gonna start a new colony on the ashes of just nuke us and start again? Or, just set up some fucking Wayland Corp, fucking Fat Cat, as the new governor or some shit.
Well, we figure, you guys know the planet. You guys know what you're doing. We want to reconnect trade and everything, but we're not trying to usurp you.
That's reasonable. I only have one condition that I will require before we talk of any rejoining.
Okay.
You check that bitch, whatever her name, I think, we have it fucking written down in our history logs. Matilda Akashino Windsor. If you find that she's not an asymptomatic carrier, get her ass down here to the surface so she can be held accountable for her crimes. I don't care if it's don't put her at some trial where she's going to be able to weasel her way out. I want her here. I want her to face the people that she annihilated with her fucking bullshit. And I want to look her in the eyes. And I want justice my way.
Victor? What do you think? Can we get away with that?
I'm going to assume the ICC protocols tell me very much no. But do we have someone in charge that outranks this princess? If I can, I'll try and pull some strings, because in all justification, if we give this chick the power of this colony, she will essentially outrank her. So I don't know.
Yeah, so
I mean, we're
basically,
essentially talking to the colony mayor at the moment, so that seems like a legit concern. Or not concern, a legit request.
yeah, I mean, basically, you would have to hold this princess in quarantine while you do the necessary scans to determine if she's a carrier or not. But if she tests negative, then, I mean, the Three World Empire would probably want her back, but you imagine they wouldn't necessarily know. Like, they're only going to know what you tell them.
Yeah. I would say
think
that
she
this is
should-
a... So, continue.
I think she should stand trial here.
Glad to know a fellow tribe member hasn't gone astray. Still a sense of justice in the Segondese.
I may no longer follow the faith, but I'll defend my ancestors.
Yep, I mean, you know how many of our family came here. It was just my mom who survived the initial plague outbreak. Well, yeah. So, your family's blood is on that bitch's hands too, as much as mine.
Now, if you have any evidence that we could take with us to corroborate,
Yeah, take the long data
Maybe-
disc. It's in here. It's in here somewhere. She goes
could
to
at
like
least get her slapped with some penalties for violating, what's it called?
quarantine protocol, or
Yeah, protocol when visiting a new planet.
I mean, we sure ain't gonna join you if that's the only thing that we get. But go ahead, take the long data disc. It'll tell you everything you need to know.
Excellent. You know, if all we really have to do is bring the princess to the surface. I mean, we don't necessarily have to turn her over. You just take custody of her. You know, I think we're pretty clean in this.
Do we got a proper quarantine box?
Yeah, I would say on your ship, and also you have a CBRN that would be enough, like with blood samples and stuff like that, to test for the presence of New Earth Plague. Because even if they're not showing symptoms, it would show up in their in like tissue samples or blood.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to say during that previous conversation when I asked about radioing something earlier, I was saying to get people, the crew that had interacted with her, tested for any sort of viral infection or anything of the variety just to make sure. I know that this disease supposedly kills you about quicker than cholera, but still, probably something to bring up.
Yeah.
And which, yes, also we should probably do that. That seems like a decent enough idea what, I do apologize, I can't remember any else character's name. She said.
Yeah. That's Cliff.
Cliff, thank you. At least I think it was Cliff. I can't remember. I'm terrible with names. I'm not terrible with names. No, I'm terrible with names. I'm terrible with voices, terrible with faces.
Okay.
Whoever suggested just giving him custody.
Well, I mean, if we made a crown and we had a coronation, then we could make this. I'm sorry, I did not catch her name.
Sera Torres. Let me. So
Well,
she's giving
then
you
we
guys
can make
the.
this. Then we could make Miss Torres here queen of said colony, and last time I checked, queens are better than princesses.
Yep, you guys. So you got you guys now have access to the long data disk from October Outpost that she has given to you.
All right, cool.
That will tell you.
And I do apologize if I'm kind of absent at the moment, dealing with some IRL stuff at the
Oh,
same
no
time.
worries. So, yeah, how do you guys want to proceed?
Well, should we go ahead with the queen idea? How do you feel about being queen, Sera?
That works for me. I'll take any, as long as I'm in charge of my own people, and we're not dealing with any bullshit. Considering the last time we had to deal with any high-ranking government that was outside of our own system, then
And
it's
you know,
fine by
if
me.
it doesn't suit you, you can always abdicate the throne as soon as we're done with this, whatever you guys need to do.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I'll take it, because so far, as long as we keep our traditions alive, I think we'll integrate just fine. We've got plenty of exports. We've got, well, I mean, we don't have right now. All we have is the aquaculture algae that's really great for producing really good, nutritious foodstuffs. But back before the plague, we had helium. We could produce helium-3, gadolinium, and praseodymium. But we'd need more. We'd need a more full colony for that. So that'll have to wait. But you'll have a steady food supply at the very least.
You have the infrastructure. We can get you more people.
Well, as long as they'll integrate and obey our people's laws, then they'll get along just fine. You'll get some good quality stuff. And as all of you know, helium-3 is vital for the kind of fusion reactors that power like most colonies, and that allow for kind of that you use like for sublight speeds when you're traveling within a system. That sort of thing.
All right. Victor, let's say we get the princess down here then.
Yeah, sure. I'll call him up and get him to get the proper equipment for transport.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that kind of that just kind of happens. Like a shuttle gets sent down from the Solovetsky Island. I'll say that you want to ask Tan to have checked her for any kind of plague, because you would have that kind of equipment back on the ship.
Yes, I would like to know that information. Is that what you were asking? I do apologize.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So. Yeah. He'll tell you. Yep. She's clear. So no signs of any plague or anything. So. Yeah, we can send her. We can send her right down. She really doesn't want to, but if it's integral to getting this colony back on the ground, she's not a. She doesn't work out. She's not strong. We can just toss her in there and put it on autopilot. You hear her screaming in the background. Don't you know who I am? I'll have your job, you son of a bitch! And then he just says, bye-bye. And you hear the sound of a shuttle kind of getting loose from a set of clamps. And about 30 minutes later, there's an announcement, shuttle landing at landing strip C.
Hey, good news, everybody. She's real excited to be here.
Oh, also good
Yep.
news. I just finished this crown.
There you
You
go.
see, Amos just pulls out this woven leather crown with assorted jewels glued/taped to it.
Wonder where he got those.
Yeah, those jewels look familiar, Amos. Where'd you pull those out of?
You do not need to know where they came from. Just know that they're clean. They're clean. I spent a few minutes making sure they're all good and washed up.
Would you make that out of your chastity belt?
You know, Cliff, I ain't even gonna answer that question because you must be fucking blind if you can't see Daisy's glorious belt still on me. God, I miss that girl. Oh, she was such a sweet gator. We'd let you pet her, ride her. Heck, you could even stick your hand straight in her mouth and she wouldn't bite down.
Sounds like a real nice broad.
Oh, she was wonderful.
Okay.
Too bad the sheriff had her go and ruin everything. Sticking his stupid foot in her face.
Just remember, Reptile,
And that's
your
how
kids may find
we
this
had
stream.
the sheriff
That's true.
fucking-
Well, anyways,
I'm sorry for interrupting that last
no, it's
line.
okay. Sarah says, I'll send the Waylander guards, to, why don't you guys go with them? Because, we're gonna take her to the Grand Arena where she'll face, she's gonna face justice. So, do you guys wanna, they're gonna lead you, the Waylander guards are gonna lead you, kind of back the way you came.
I wonder what Sagandi's style justice is.
Probably
could get
nothing
pretty
good.
nuts.
But you know what? I'm not sure how to feel about it.
You hear, kind of over loudspeaker, the moment we've been waiting for has finally arrived, people. Everybody, to the arena. That bitch, the one who caused all of this. Thanks to our new friends, she's down here with the rest of us, down in the shit. What do you say we give her a good Sagandi's welcome? The moment she kind of, the hatch opens on the shuttle. She doesn't seem to want to come out, but the new October guards just march up the ramp. You hear a, "Don't you know who I?" Boom, and you see her being dragged out, kicking and screaming, with her nose broken and bloody. She's some of her teeth got knocked out. She sees you and she's like, "Please help me! Good Lord knows what they're gonna do to me. I'll give you anything you want. Anything! Just get me out of here!"
Bye. Have a nice time.
"No! Don't you know who I am? I'll have you in the gallows for this!"
I mean, I think that got Gallows over in the arena.
Yep.
Maybe. I don't know.
Do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see this through, or?
I think
Beautiful.
Victor's gonna hang back. I think he's got some medical stuff to deal with on the ship.
Okay.
Actually, he's going to go delete the navigation records off of the other ship.
Oh, yeah. Well, I will tell you, when you go there, turns out the navigation data has already been wiped. So
Cool.
somebody beat you to it.
While he's staring at that, he also vomits onto the ground next to the console.
That's fair. So, the rest of you, are you guys, Sarah's gonna come up and, suggest you guys be there, since you all made this, possible. So, you see that she's been, brought into a large arena. It's full of sand, and it's got giant, like, it was made to accommodate, 100,000 people, but right now, the population is but a fraction of that. There's maybe, I think, 800 or so, at most. Let me double check, because I have the number actually down here. Yep, 800. Everybody is here. They're all shouting and jeering, and, she has been chained up to a post. Torres kicks her in the knee down, and kind of like on the inside of the princess's knee, she kicks inside and down, and you just hear the snapping of a ligament. But she's held aloft by the chains, so she can't fall. Torres then just right hook right to the side of the face. And you guys hear skull bone fracture as the princess is still conscious. She might have been knocked unconscious for a fraction of a second, but you guys know that it's not like the movies. You don't just go unconscious for 15 minutes when somebody punches you in the head. It's usually at most for a couple seconds, and then you're kind of just back, but really heavily stunned. And if it's more than a couple minutes, you've got probably really severe brain damage. But Sera, she clearly has a very strong voice, just like the rest of her. She's very, very she's got a very, very imposing physical presence. She opens her arms wide, says, "Let's all participate in showing this bitch a warm welcome. I hope you all brought your supplies, because we're gonna need every last one." And people begin kind of running down into the arena. You see that they've all got various, rocks and stones and any sort of, even just, pieces of rubble. And they all just start pelting the princess with these rocks and stones. And you just hear bones snap and just ligaments tear, and kind of blood spills on the ground as particularly sharp rocks just... And this goes on for hours. Until finally, there are no signs of life from the princess. She's just dangling there. Sagandi's justice has been served. And everyone cheers. But there's one last piece. Sera draws out a combat knife. Let's make sure that everybody else knows the lesson that we taught here today. She makes a clean cut right through Matilda's neck while holding the scout, and just pulls the head right, just like that clean cut just takes the head right off. One of the New October guards is standing by and gives her a wooden pole with a blade at the very tip, and she sticks the neck onto the pole. Let this serve as a reminder that we hold people accountable in New October. And she slams the makeshift pike into the ground in the center of the arena to enormous, just ecstatic cheering. Thank you for allowing us to finally have the justice we've been denied for 75 years. All of my ancestors, and she looks at Cliff, and yours, will be grateful to know that their killer has finally been brought to justice.
I'm just glad you're not mad at us.
Well, if you let her get away with it, yeah, I would have been... Well, we would have had to kill all of you, but you helped us. And as much as I hate Three World Empire, Wayland Corps, all those sons of bitches who just pulled up and left, now we can let those bygones be bygones, because no use crying over that bullshit.
All parties take 1 stress level.
Cliff's just looking. God damn, you guys did Old Testament style.
Don't you remember? Don't you remember the motto?
I am actually adding a stress to Marty's.
For watching
Amos
someone...
is just looking down at this bowl of popcorn, man, and went, "Man, I couldn't eat none of this. I had no appetite after that first bit. It's a goddamn waste of a bowl of popcorn."
Yeah, you see that everybody else seems to have like movie theater snacks, and they are just eating fine. Seems like this is very much run of the mill.
Bread and circus.
Mm-hmm. But surprisingly, everybody seems pretty content with their lives. Like, everybody's definitely... They have the appearance of people who are, like, working hard, but when you got a population of 800 and, you know, everybody has to have, you know, be fed, you imagine kind of everybody has to put in their share of work to make sure things get done. Well, you can go and tell whoever the hell it is you answer to that the colony of New October will rejoin, provided that we retain leadership and autonomy. We will take in new colonists as long as they respect the Sugondi's way.
Excellent.
And if you ever need any extra firepower or some extra bodies, because from everything I've heard of the limited trade we've done, it's hell out there in the in this area of space. Like, I'm glad we don't have any spaceships, because with the apparent horrors that have been growing in danger and force, you might need some extra bodies, some extra soldiers. But so if you want to have some assigned to your ship, I'll spare a few.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt.
Okay.
There's a particularly nasty group going around. The children of the two divines, right?
Oh yeah. We've heard their gospel. It's only thanks to the fact that the Royal Marine Corps and Wayland Corps left behind a bunch of their goodies that we were able to ensure that they did not get a foothold here. It's my suspicion that they're not the real masterminds behind all this. Because, I mean, they often talk about reaching perfection. And we know the perfected are out there.
Yeah,
I
they're
may not be
with.
I may not be a genius, but I have a feeling that those two were working. I have a feeling those two are in cahoots.
Well, keep your eye out for them.
Yep. Make sure, don't trust them. Don't deal with them. Don't let them in. Because they're like a cancer. They'll spread, and before you know it, they've taken everything.
All right, then we're on the same page.
Yeah. So,
crew, we ready?
yep. So, you guys can. Someone roll me 3d6.
How many d6?
3. Okay. So, Marty, 9 of these new October soldiers have been assigned to, they're going to join you on the shuttle. They are all equipped. Let me grab the sheet. They all have kind of scrounged together 3 World Empire armor rating 3. They all have heavy batons and Wayland storm rifles.
Coolio.
Yeah, so, yeah, you've got 9 basically on-ship security.
AKA backup PCs.
Yep, if you want to take them.
In essence, yeah.
Okay. Don't forget you also have Tarzan from your first mission.
We do.
So, you guys heading out?
Yeah, I think we're done here.
Okay. So, you guys get in the shuttle along with your new security detail. And, give me just a second. There we go. You guys get back into orbit. Oh yeah, by the way, you guys all got 5 XP for last session. Just so you know. And you can place yourselves now back on your ship. Or, well, I guess all of you are already on there somewhere. But
Yep, we are.
so what do you guys want to do with the RMSS Her Royal Majesty? Though first, I guess we should cover your kind of post-expedition briefing with Gaius. Who wants to lead the discussion? Or the report, rather.
I guess Marty will, if Victor's recused himself a bit.
Okay. So Gaius answers the phone, so to speak. Solovetsky Island. What did you find with October Outpost? What of the distress call?
Good news, bad news. So we located the colony. There are still occupants there. There was a New World plague outbreak a number of years ago that sort of decimated the population. But the population there now is going strong. We don't have any evidence of contamination continuing, and they're willing to rejoin.
That is good news indeed. What do they have to offer in terms of resources?
They got H3, all the other stuff that you said earlier that I forgot.
No worries. But your character remembers. Yeah. Interesting. So, what of the distress call from the junior member of the royal family?
Yeah, we investigated the ship, found a bunch of dead bodies, basically, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
That is a tragedy. I'm sure that recovering a living member of the royal family would have done wonders for morale.
Yeah, it seems unfortunate. I guess the beacon was automatic. Whenever we entered the system, it went off, and once we got on the ship, there was no survivors.
That is a shame. But what can you do? Anything else of note to report?
The colony is willing to take on new colonists, but they do ask that they respect their tribal rule. They have a traditional tribal structure and law system.
I think that can be negotiated and managed. We will have some colonists sent out there forthwith. Good job, crew. I think you've done an acceptably good job on this expedition.
Definitely no skeletons in the closet from this one.
Arr.
That's good. So,
I mean, the skeletons were in the shower.
yeah, they were in the the EVA area, but yeah. So you guys have he'll tell you you still have expeditions. You still have colonies that have been circled on the colony status. So you may choose whichever one of those you wish to investigate. So, but beyond that, just report to me when you have when you've explored another colony. Gaius out. So,
it's gonna.
Yeah.
As soon as the comms cut, I'm gonna say, it's gonna come and bite you, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's too much evidence. I mean, we probably got medical records on here. They already know the ship. Well, her head is currently sitting on a spike in the middle of the road, probably, which we could probably see from here if I pulled out a telescope.
By the time anybody else gets here, it's going to be unrecognizable.
I hope you're right.
Okay, so the question is, what do you want to do with the ship? the RMSS Her Royal Majesty, because it is still docked with the Solovetsky Island.
Well, we could take it back to HQ and have them, hose it out. Always good to have a spare ship.
That is true.
Yeah, I could go for that.
Yeah, maybe we transfer the high valuable storage to our storage, just as insurance,
I mean, yes.
and wipe any logs that might say that someone came out of cryo as soon as we docked with it.
That'd be a good idea.
But other than that, yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what needs to get hosed out?
There you go. So, yep, you guys clean out the valuable storage. You estimate the value is probably total, if you were to kind of move them about, like probably 100,000 in Weyland-Yutani dollars. Though you imagine that the higher ups would probably try to confiscate, or they would probably try to take possession of it if you were to tell them.
I don't see any reason to tell anybody.
Okay. So,
I'm
Yep.
here to deal with things that are trying to kill us. Taxes are the least of my concerns,
that's...
even though I'm starting to have trouble and feel like I'm stretching logic with that.
No,
But I'm
that's...
also trying not to go against the party.
Yeah, and also...
I mean, the IRS ain't gonna know about it.
Yeah, and also, your character may have kind of started to change their perspective just as, like, realities kind of set in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let me, so, as you guys, who, are you guys trying to kind of sneak this stuff aboard? Like, because you guys do have an entire crew of, like, NPCs as well.
We're gonna do the pocket trick that Amos did earlier.
Okay, so,
You just hear Amos just jingling constantly,
okay, so...
and no one questions it.
Yeah, Amos, you're gonna have to make me a mobility roll, and otherwise, someone's gonna have to cover for you, because it's gonna be opposed to see if somebody notices you.
Now, do you want to do that? Or do you think it would be smarter for us to slowly launder it through one of our existing colonies as supposed resources?
Okay, Amos, roll me panic.
We'd still have to get it off their ship somehow.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep, so, okay, you keep it together. But, somebody else is, well, the other prospector hears that jingling. She's, I know the sound of a juicy find when I hear it. You holding out on me, Amos? Because I'd hate to have to tell... She kind of nods at, kind of towards the, like, briefing room. I'd have to tell, the high honchos that, somebody's engaging in a little bit of skimming off the top. I could be convinced to stay quiet, but I feel like I can't just do that for free. I mean, I've got my values. And I value honesty. But maybe you could convince me to keep my mouth shut.
Honestly, Emily, you just want all the stuff that's in my pants now?
Well, let's see it. Turn them pockets out, boy.
Did you just see Amos just undoes his belt, unzips his pants, and just drops them, and just walks off? Pulls the belt out, and it's like, well, there you go. There's the pants, Emily. Now I gotta go find a new fresh pair of trousers.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that you had 20,000 Wei dollars worth of the jewels in your pants. She says, thank you for your business, kind sir.
No problem. Don't mention it.
I won't. It'll be our little secret. Okay. So, yeah, the rest of you, she's actually going to cover for you now. She's kind of going to make, as you're kind of jingling, she's going to be like, she's going to kind of do, you know, like the, pay attention to me, guys, kind of the sleight of hand almost, like, and you guys managed to get the rest of the jewels in, into the ship. So, you guys
I'm gonna say that Cliff only sees the end of that interaction. He sees Amos walk away with his pants missing, and then a few minutes later, Emily waddle away.
Yep, she's
He's just gotta raise his eyebrow.
So, in order to get the ship back, somebody's gonna have to go there to pilot the RMSS. Like,
Amos will do it.
okay. So, yeah, just roll me a piloting roll. Okay. Yeah, so you're able to seamlessly undock and set kind of the... You actually... It takes you a little while because you have to get the navigation data, like a copy of it, from the Solovetsky Island because the navigation data from Her Royal Majesty has been, you know, cleared. So, but you are able to kind of get that ship and both of your ships. You go into cryo aboard that ship. You can use the luxury chamber if you really want to.
I mean, Amos is going to be really curious, but wipe it down, like, furiously beforehand, and then use it.
Okay, so... Yeah, and the rest of you get into cryo on the Solovetsky Island. And you guys are heading back to the mothership. Let me see. The distance...
If I may say, before that, Victor was probably looking into procedures for non-taxed company spending accounts, essentially.
Okay.
Whether those exist or not, even.
Yeah, I would
I
say
do
they
believe
exist at a certain level. Like, if you were able to pull some strings, probably take a couple manipulation rolls and maybe some kissing up, you could probably get something set up. So, let's see.
Yeah, I'll start printing off the paperwork, but we get on cryo before that.
Yeah, so let's see. Okay, so 48 days, that is almost 7 weeks. So you guys make almost 2 weeks worth of salary as you return back to the mothership. And you come out of cryo. Now, Amos, what age is your character?
That's a great question.
because whatever his kind of initial age is, the luxury cryo chamber is so advanced and so top of the line, it basically makes you kind of biologically 2 years younger than you were when, like, before you got in.
So I'm saying that Amos is in his late 20s.
So now he's
So he's
probably
now
like,
in his mid-20s. You just
Yeah.
see him come out of the cryo chamber, completely beardless. Just looks down in horror.
and he has one of those like receded
scrambles
chins.
around, finds some fur coat, and just starts gluing it on his face. And as he's doing it, the beard just instantly pops back in, and you see him sigh a huge sigh of relief.
I love that. I love that.
You
That's
also
great.
notice about 3 extra millimeters of your hairline.
Yep, it's just boop, boop, boop. A bunch of lost follicles will come back. You also notice that you don't have to groan whenever you lean over to pick something up, and your knees don't pop all the time. Like, you feel like you've got the body of a 25-year-old. Now you guys are back at the mothership. What do you guys want to do? This would be a perfect time if you guys wanted to spend any of the XP you just got. You could do that. You can potentially buy stuff, but it's up to you. You can also just go right back out.
We should have 5 XP each, right?
Yep, 5 XP from last
Yep.
session.
I think Amos is gonna put his XP towards mobility. He's gonna go get on a treadmill.
Yeah, and there's definitely one in the RMS as Her Royal Majesty. So, yep, you can put an extra point into mobility. Anybody else?
I may want to try and do a talent. Let me just look.
I can tell you
That
if
would
anybody else
probably-
has it, depending on the talent. If anybody else on the ship has it.
What are the rules for talents? Can you just get whatever if someone else has it?
If someone else on your crew, or like kind of an NPC that you're able to interact with in the time that you're learning the talent, which takes 1 day, if they have the talent, you can learn it for free. Otherwise, it's going to require a flat wits roll. Though, if you have multiple days, you can try it kind of multiple times. It just will take time. So basically, the higher your wits, the easier it is to gain new talents. But yeah, if you have a teacher that has the talent, then you don't have to roll. So anybody else doing anything with XP?
To get a talent was 5 XP?
Yep.
Or what was it?
Yeah, it's 5 XP for a talent or for increasing a skill.
Anyone got counselor?
Let me check. I think. It does not look like anybody on this on the ship has it.
Oh.
but you can make a wits roll if you want to try and get it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make a wits roll. Say I find a book on counseling and therapy and
Yeah,
look
and I'll
over
give
it
you a
because
+1 since Lakota, even though she doesn't have a talent, that's literally her job title, basically.
I find it
Is counselor.
her library and we connect over it and talk and such. Talk shop kind of thing.
Yeah. So, wits +1. There you go. You got the talent.
Cool, thank you.
Yep. Anybody else?
I think I gotta put another point in stamina.
Okay. I think Marty's the only one left who hasn't said anything about what he wants to do. So,
Can I do hold your nerve?
yeah, that'll be a wits roll. Okay, how long are you guys going to be staying here? Because that just takes up 1 day. How long do you guys want to linger here before you move on? Because you can also do some shopping if there's anything you guys want to buy.
We probably could go shopping and maybe just stay overnight.
I mean, Marty does owe Amos a couple of blasting charges.
Yeah, so, yeah, go ahead and roll again. Okay, you managed to get it.
Hey.
And, Cliff, how many blasting charges are you guys getting?
Read Avis.
I'll get 2 more.
Okay, so that is, let me just grab so that'll be $400.
Are there any gems or other some such type stuff for sale?
For sale, I will say, there might be, if you just tell me kind of what you're looking for.
I would like decently well cut and maybe not cut, just assorted gems. Stuff that would specifically fit in with what we have obtained through various means.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that,
Because I want something on... I want receipts to legitimize stuff that we technically shouldn't have.
Yeah, I'll say, how much of it do you want to buy? Because, there's not a lot. I'll say probably there's, like, at most, like, $6,000 worth that people have kind of gotten, like, mining.
I'll buy it all.
Okay. So, yeah, just mark that, on your sheet, just as, you know, just,
Cool.
like, jewels, kind of fair bought jewels, and, mark yourself down 6,000. Anybody else? Want to buy, like, weapons like incinerator units or anything like that? You can also buy reloads for weapons.
Yeah. Can't really think of anything.
Yeah, there is the Wayland Flemenmacher 3 heavy incinerator unit for 2,000.
Do we need med kits and surgical kits replacements?
If you want to get them, like, you can. There are some on the ship. Like, if you look, but you might want to get, like, if you guys have used any of yours, you might want to restock on those.
Yeah, I don't know if those are just available on the ship already, or if we
Yeah, you guys have.
specifically needed extras.
There are some. Personal med kits are only $50. Surgical kits are, I'm going to say, $150. So if you want to get them, you can.
About how heavy are those gems?
Right now, I have.
I'm
I
sorry.
would say those gems are probably, like, all together, probably a weight of maybe 2. But you can put them in, like, your locker. Because you guys
Okay.
all have lockers for, like, all of your spare stuff that you don't want to take with you on, like, an
Okay.
expedition or something, so you don't have to be, over encumbered.
Do you know if the UPP armor comes with a flashlight?
I will check.
Because I'm pretty sure that doesn't the marine armor come with a flashlight?
Yeah, the M3 personnel armor does come with a.
Yeah, it's got like a shoulder lamp.
Yeah. Yeah, let me.
Because if not, maybe I could buy one of those.
Okay. Let's see. It would be in the Colonial Marines operational manual, I believe. Gears, armor. Maybe it would be in. Might actually be in. What's it called? Destroyer of Worlds. I'm gonna say, just for the sake of convenience, that, sorry, I'm trying to open that. I can't find anything that says it doesn't, but the UPP is kind of technologically behind the UA, so I'm gonna say that, if I don't find it in here, okay, so it just says, yeah, all it says is bulky and heavier than its colonial marine equivalent. The 6B90 is the standard personal armor of UPP troops. It does say that it has a built-in comm unit, so I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna say that sure, yeah, it, at the very least, I'm gonna say that, yeah, it does not come with a flashlight, but it has a place where you can easily, mount a shoulder-mounted flashlight.
Then I guess I'll buy one of those if I can.
Oh yeah, let me
Funny.
check. I'm gonna say that they cost $20. Because there is not any listed price. At least not that I can find. Oh, TNR high beam shoulder lamp. Let me see what that says for price. $60. So, yeah, it'll completely remove the effect of darkness from a zone.
Does that have a weight to it?
Let me double check. It has 1/2.
Can you paste it in the chat?
Yes, I can.
And I hate to have weights because our character sheet doesn't deal in halves.
Well, technically it will. It's finicky about it. It keeps throwing errors even though it runs perfectly fine. I don't get it. Hey, it's better than seeing in Pathfinder's light items.
Okay, there you go. So anybody who wants them can do that. And are you sure nobody wants to get a incinerator unit?
I think Marty will take the Flemmenmacher.
Okay, so yeah, that'll be 2,000. And if you want to get any reloads, those will be 500 each.
500 for reloads.
Yeah, it comes with just the one. But
All right,
if
I'll
you
have
want, you'll have how
2
many?
reloads.
Okay, so that'll be a total of 3,000. I'll put the stats.
This backpack's starting to get heavy.
Okay. Feel free to copy that. But yeah, if you're getting problems with encumbrance, you can put anything that you don't want to take with you in your personnel locker. So yeah.
I think I'll buy a couple more med kits and surgical kits to go in my locker then.
Okay. Medkits are $50 each, and surgical kits are $150 each. You can have as many as you want. They're not really in short supply. Just choose how much you want to spend, and I'll trust you to kind of put those kind of
I'm
handle
just
your.
gonna get. I guess I'll get 4 personal med kits and 2 surgical kits.
Okay, so that'll be 400 plus, or 200 plus 300, so that'll be 500.
500, yeah.
Okay. Now
And
that
flashlights, so 560 for everything.
Okay, yeah. So, does anybody else want to get a high beam shoulder lamp for their armor if they are using any?
I got one before.
Oh, okay.
I mean, flashlight.
Okay.
What's the weight?
It's 1/2.
I probably should. How much?
60.
Alright, what's the
Cool.
name of the compression suit we all have?
Oh,
I'm gonna put that in the locker too.
oh yeah, that's the MK50. Let me
Okay.
gear. Suits and armor. Yeah, it's the IRC MK, the Mark 50 compression suit. Which has armor rating 2, air supply 5, weight 1.
Can you put that in chat too?
Yeah. There we go.
Alright, well, I think I'm all set then.
Everybody else? Content?
I might as well get some med kits and some surgical kits just to have them. How much were they?
50 for a med kit and 150 for a surgical kit.
I'll get 2 of each.
Okay, so that'll be
400, I believe.
Yep, 400. That everything for everybody?
Yep.
Okay. So you Amos, you get back onto the Solovetsky Island, having left the ship off. I'm going to say that gives you each 2 weeks extra salary, as it is a valuable find.
Do apologize. What was that again?
You guys each get 2 weeks extra salary for returning the RMSS Her Royal Majesty, as it counts as a valuable piece of salvage. So feel free to add that to your inventory. But yeah, now it's on to wherever you guys want to go next.
Mm.
Alright, looks like we got Capelli, July, and May still circled.
Yep.
Yep. I'll let's see what the star map looks like and see what's close.
Let's see, what do we know about these colonies?
You know that Capelli and July, the reason they've circled them is because they've sent other expeditions out there, but none of them have, they've not returned any sort of communication.
Well, wherever we're going next, it sounds like we'll be getting into the shit.
Yeah, May is the only one that has not had that. But yeah, that's Capelli, and then July is the one way up here.
Well, it looks like everything's about 4 parsecs except for July. It's out in the
Way out in the boonies.
east.
Yep, 4.2 to Capelli, and then 3.9 to May.
Yep.
I say we hit Capelli.
Okay.
So long as we can stop off at KY 2243, do some prospecting.
Okay. Which one where's 2243?
So the star system right below Capelli. On the way.
Oh yeah. Let me
I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
Yep, let me
It's convenient.
Okay. So you guys get 1.25 weeks salary in cryo to the 2243 system. And this system is well, the star is a red supergiant, so very, very big. And the planet that's been surveyed is 6th farthest away from its star. I will give you the kind of the analysis now.
Lots of dust.
Yep, it's very cold. And if you want to do a some prospecting, just tell me which region.
So do it on the northeast hemisphere.
Okay, so yeah, make me your
goals.
Yep, make me your roll. And then add a week's salary. Okay. Do you want to push that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, you get for the regional potential, you would have gotten a +1. So.
Yeah. Let me just roll. Nope.
Yeah, and you can roll again as well because you pushed. Okay.
Yeah.
So you do get 1 success. So roll me 1d66. $65.
Dang. That's a good roll.
That is.
So you find a deep basin of clay deposits with gemstones and diamonds. So that might come in handy. So then
Yeah, just a tad.
Yep. Roll me a d6. Okay. Okay, that is going to be that is going to be 1,800 Wei bucks, split between the 4 of you.
So 425?
Actually, it's going to be 180 because it's yeah, it'll be not 1,800. Sorry, it'll be 180 split between the 4 of you.
So 42.
Yep. The unfortunate part of
Corporate greed.
Yep.
$42.
Oh yeah, you could have rolled
Or
you could have rolled the prospecting finds again, but it wouldn't have helped you. Really, because you would have had a 1 in 36 chance of getting one better. And
No. I actually could not have gotten anything better.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
42 bucks couldn't even get a burger at Space Five Guys, damn it.
Yep.
It's called Five Guys because there's just 5 clones of Guy Fieri working there at all times.
You know, it was never the same after the buyout.
Yep, after the events of previous campaigns. But anyways, you guys want to continue on to
I wish
Pick Valley.
Yep.
paleontologists never discovered his DNA.
Sacrilege against our Lord and Savior. Okay. So, you guys continue on to Capelli. Is that correct?
Yes.
I do believe so.
Yep.
You go there, and you enter an orbit around 2290.01. You see a ship smaller than yours, but it has been completely transformed. It looks almost alive. And when you look at the planet, it's covered in the same kind of stuff that is on the kind of ship, but all across the surface.
Like what? Like tentacles or like?
Like almost like resin, but also like a hive almost. And like the empty ship, because it's very clearly open to the vacuum, something attacked it.
Well, guys, we tried.
Well, yeah, let me see. Let's see.
I mean, you couldn't pay me to go down there.
Yeah, I'm almost there as well. I'm about questioning as to whether or not there's going to be any injuries if we literally just retrograde burn and just leave a probe. Like, yeah, come back for this later. We're not dealing with this.
Just a second.
Yeah, Victor notices he can start hearing the fax machine going. As words come across it, you're going to have to go get the long data disks, says the boss.
You have a feeling doing so would likely kill you. Like, very quickly. But you also hear voices in your heads. Everybody gain 1 stress level as they say, "Descend to Capelli. Become perfect." Just over and over again.
You guys hearing that?
Yes.
No, Cliff, I'm feeling that shit in my fucking teeth.
Yeah, they got kind of a point, you know? We should go to Capelli.
We should. We should also bring the terraforming nukes. It might help us achieve perfection.
I mean, it looks
Don't know
too
what
wiggly
the
down
hell's-
there.
Actually, I have a better idea. We should send the terraforming nukes first. They're very valuable, you know, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now,
I've done some dangerous shit, but I'm not going there.
Yay, ship combat.
so,
It's been a while since I've seen this screen.
Oh yeah, I usually don't, I mean, who says it's gonna be combat? It might just
Oh,
be...
this... That is a good point. We don't usually have a screen for ship movement outside of combat, so I didn't think about that. But you're also probably making a joke.
Possibly.
Ship, get the hell out of here. Map.
Yeah, so, yeah, as you guys, are getting ready to, make for, leave of the system, you see a general hail.
Like a general hail, no.
This ship does not look like the other one. And I'm also going to say that, you guys see from that ship, from the ship that's, hailing you, you see just flashes of light as what you know to be railguns spear into the almost living ship, aiming for its reactor and causing it to explode. Completely just destroying the entire thing in a hellstorm inferno.
Nice.
They're hailing you. You guys pick up the phone because you note that they are slowly turning their weapons towards you.
Say Cliff will take the initiative. That's a hell of a light show you just put on.
Stand to and prepare to be boarded.
Well, hold on a second, what?
This is, I am, J.V. Gorham, and we cannot allow the Perfected any navigational data to reach the Middle Heavens. That's where they want to go. They want to spread their plague.
Whoa,
and your ship is in perfected space.
We are not perfected.
You may not be perfected, but you're in their space. So prepare.
You can try to tell them. Then you can try to tell them who we are, Commander.
Hey, we're with the Great Mother Mission. We're out here
fuck.
reconnecting colonies. We noticed you've been wiping data, but we're on an active ship. This is not an abandoned ship.
It doesn't matter. They'll be here any minute now. Prepare to be boarded. Please do not resist. We don't want to have to kill anybody. This can end bloodlessly. We are just going to wipe your navigation data, but we'll reinstall enough for you to be able to navigate around here. But
How long is this going to take for them to get on here?
It won't take long. You imagine that it's probably the best option unless you want to get into a firefight with a ship that has enough to very easily explode a ship of your size.
Well, we don't have any fire to fight back with.
Exactly.
How's that? My point was, do I have the time to go grab me a data disk, back up only what is relevant to these systems that we're supposed to be going to, just to make sure
You
of our
would,
navigation data is.
If you go down there, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be a whole thing, but you can try.
Seems like a good way to get shot.
Yeah. Do not attempt to descend to that planet. It's been taken over. It's a living protohive now. There's nothing you can do for them except stay the hell away.
How are we supposed to stay away if you take away our nav data?
We'll be reinstalling enough for you to be able to navigate the Far Spinward Colonies where we are here, but we can't have you with any navigation data that will lead back to the Middle Heavens. The Perfected cannot be allowed to get their hands on that. Do you know what will happen if the Perfected get to the Middle Heavens? That gives them Earth. That gives them the core colonies. That gives them every major human settlement in all of settled space will be in their grasp.
Would our ship even have that navigation data?
Yes, it would. All of the ships that... Because your ship did journey out here as part of the Great Mother mission, even though it was on the on kind of the bigger mothership, it still has that data on it.
Do we even really need that data then?
If you were to try and suddenly ditch and go back to the Middle Heavens, though this ship probably couldn't, then yeah, you would need it. But while you're out here as part of this mission,
we could just re-download it from the mothership, probably, if we needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
I mean, it seems to me that we don't want to run, so why don't we just let them do what they're gonna do?
Yeah, not much we can do.
I mean, I don't want to go down to that wiggly planet. Maybe we can ask them to tell us if there's any more wiggly planets that we can avoid.
Okay. Now
Yeah, maybe they can give us more updated navigation data.
Okay. So, you guys are, there's a hiss and kind of thud as the airlocks kind of come in together. Do you guys go to greet the boarding party?
Lost you for a second.
Oh, do you guys go to meet the boarding party?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll stand respectfully near the airlock opening.
Yeah. So you see a young woman, surprisingly young, but she seems to be the leader of this group. She is not wearing armor, but just wearing like a kind of officer's uniform. And then there are 6 people in full biohazard suits. They're each carrying shotguns, pistols at their hip, and they have, you can see 2 grenades each, kind of in a strap, in a chest strap. And the woman seems to have a 44 Magnum, as well as 2 grenades on a belt. They do not have their weapons drawn, but they are Well, the ones in biohazards have their weapons like held, but they're not like aiming.
High ready.
Yeah. So.
Or would that be low ready? You get what I mean.
Say yeah. So the door opens.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you for being cooperative. I know this is harsh, but when you're fighting the Perfected, if you guys, well, that whole world down there, that used to be a colony. I mean, you probably know. Now it's just a living proto-hive. That's what the Perfected do. And that's what they want to do to everything. So, that's what we're fighting.
Perfected? Are you talking about some kind of alien species or something?
Something like that. We don't really know what they are. But we know that they are not quite human. We don't know exactly how they came to be. We know that they are deadly as hell. They're able to communicate psychically. They have their own horrible beasts that they're able to control. I mean, that colony down there had over 1 million people.
Yeah, this sounds kind of like those divine guys we ran into.
Children of the Two Divines? You mean the Perfected's lackeys? You met them?
We've had the of meeting them before.
So have we. Well, good thing you made it out alive, because they would have probably either butchered you or taken your navigation data, and we'd be too late.
So do they control these all black creatures that honestly freak me the fuck out?
Yep. Yeah, they're able to communicate with them and control them like hunting dogs. By the way, my name is J.V. Gorham. You might have heard of my grandfather. And
wait, you're a relative of Gorham, the explorer?
Oh yeah, he was my grandpappy.
He was my childhood hero.
Well, I'm glad to know that.
I used to watch his Saturday morning cartoon, Gorham's Heroes.
Well,
every chance I could get.
Well, now we're Gorham's Marauders. We're doing everything we can to keep the Perfected out of from destroying all of human life as we know it. You can see that they're they plugged some devices into the nav computer, and you can slowly see as like the archive of worlds from the Middle Heavens and kind of their coordinates in space are being deleted. Yep, if they'd gotten a hold of this ship, they would have killed all of you like that. She snaps her fingers. I don't care what you have. You think those rifles are going to save you against the Perfected? They wouldn't save you against the good 3 of their little hunting dogs.
What about a flamethrower?
It might kill 1. Maybe even 2, but they are weak to fire, I'll tell you that. So that was a good choice. They do not like fire. But they are tough sons of bitches. So don't rely on anything to keep you safe. You just gotta do what you can, fight where you can, run where you can, hide where you can, and hope they don't get you. So,
That's good to know.
anybody who doesn't like the perfected is all right in my books.
Have you encountered any other worlds like this one?
Oh, yeah. Let me grab the list.
Maybe if you could update our nav data with some of those points.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can do that. We don't want you running into any more of these living proto-hives.
Yeah, tell us where not to go.
Yep. So
I'm gonna... Actually, So, out of character, I'm going to be putting a red X on the systems that she marks. Okay, there we go. Well, you see them uploading, you see 3 systems uploading. As basically, stay away. That's our job done. Now, I would advise you get the fuck out of here before those perfected. They like to send out a siren's call to entice unsuspecting ships to land so they can get their hands on more spacefaring vessels. At least that is if the children don't bring more of them. So, they'll be... And it's only a matter of time. You stay here, they'll get through to you. Might be days, but... willpower is finite, and they have all the time in the world. Good luck to you, and thank you for your cooperation. Now let's both get the fuck out of here. And with that, Gorham and the 6 Marauders leave, and you hear the hissing as their ship undocks and flies off, entering FTL.
Well, that was odd.
Yeah, they talked a lot of game. I was hoping to get some info from them. Now, a bit stunned by the whole thing. I didn't expect them to leave so quick.
So if you look on the map, I've updated it with
things not to go to.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, now we know why July also didn't respond.
Yep.
I mean, my vote is go back to HQ and let them know about this.
Yep. You guys want to get out of the system first?
I do believe that is what he said.
Yep.
I'd rather not even stick around and find prospecting.
Yeah, no.
I can tell you what you
Amos
find.
is not going. Amos is not going down to the Wiggly Planet.
Okay, so that's going to be another. That's going to be another 4 weeks or 1 week's salary as you return to the mothership.
Can we just fly back and forth repeatedly from really far away and just rack up a bunch of cash?
Hypothetically, you could, but there is...
But
the issue is that admin is sending you on expeditions, and you have a feeling that if you just tried to rack up salary, they would either cut your salary or forfeit your salary altogether.
You would be fired out of a cannon
Into the sun.
into the sun. Time card fraud is not something they want to deal with.
Not at all.
Like if you spent
Time
your whole
card
shift
fraud is the
fast
most
forward.
common crime.
Indeed it is. So,
Also, Amos would turn into Benjamin Button. We gotta take turns in that pod.
I mean, Cliff, if you go in there, maybe you'll get that sweet throw back.
I mean, I would potentially, if you guys got a successful manipulation roll, allow you to take it out on one mission instead of the Solovetsky Island.
That was only kidding.
Okay. Well, you guys have one more colony that isn't apparently a living proto-hive that is still circled.
Well, over to May Colony.
It's going to be May.
Okay, so you guys are going to get another week of another week's salary.
Oh yeah, what happens when we tell the higher-ups about this?
You note that there are different responses from the corporate, like Wayu and like LaSalle Bionational, compared to the governments. The governments seem very, very concerned, and note that in the future we'll have to be more careful. We'll have to make sure that adequate arms or protection are taken with every expedition crew. While the Wayu was like, we'll have to make sure that every crew is notified that failure to investigate will lead to forfeiture of shares, and that adequate sample collection supplies are given out to all expedition crews. So it seems that both...
Dagnabbit.
Yep. They both want different things. Or at least see this as... they both see this in a different way.
Cliff is gonna take one of the sample kits and pour a bag of both of these nuts in it and label it. Gonna label it Capelli Colony sample.
Should have just said there was magic black holes that chased you down. Though they'd probably try and stick it in a jar anyway.
Okay, so... Are you guys heading off to May?
Yep.
So you guys receive a video call from Gaius as you enter the system. He says, your destination is May Outpost, designation KOI-610.01. This is a Three World Empire military base, first colonized in 2061 under the Wayland Corporation, then transferred to Three World Empire Authority on its establishment in 2088. The record suggested population of 900 million people in 2100. That seems a bit steep to me. The colony was not just a Royal Marine base. It also had mining facilities to support an electronics production industry. The planet is highly volcanic, with considerable seismic activity and localized release of toxic gases, with a saline and caustic atmosphere. Basic maintenance costs for May outposts were 3 times equivalent averages. It is also rather warm, average daytime temperatures of 33 degrees centigrade and not dropping much lower at night. The year lasts 180 Earth days, and the local day is 18 hours. At this point in its cycle, the planet should be approaching its winter equinox. That is May outpost. It will be interesting to see how accurate those 2100 reports are. Remember, you are exploring and seeking to understand the current state of the colony and will offer any humanitarian aid that may be required. If a three-world empire military authority still exists, you should have little trouble reincorporating them under official authority. We'll still need access to their long data disks so we can assess their long-term development, and I'm expecting the usual colony potential report. Industrial output, trade opportunities, political setup and stability, and any ad hoc opportunities. All the best, Solovetsky Island.
My god, it would have been so funny if we showed up to their colony in the princess's ship.
He just... Oh god, that would have been amazing.
That would have
been good.
The princess is here.
And it's just Amos wearing her crown.
That would be...
Yeah, this is Princess Matilda.
Hi! Okay.
Yeah, we had a little incident with the barbecue that killed the crew.
Okay.
As you can see, the princess has undergone some changes.
The cryopod malfunctioned.
Okay, so... As you approach the planet, your scans reveal the following. The planet is volatile with high levels of volcanic gases in the upper atmosphere. There's lots of radio chatter. The signal that a living settlement still exists, or persists, and pockets of twinkling civilization linked together around a central town by a lake that shimmers with a bluey-white glow. Then the comms unit crackles, and a message first in Chinese, then in English. Unidentified vessel, this is the Grand Canyon Cooperative Orbital Authority. Identify yourself and state your designation and purpose. Be warned. Any act deemed aggressive, hostile, or non-conforming with instructions will be met with relentless defensive force. Respond.
Yes, May Outpost. This is the Solovetsky Island. We are with the Great Mother Mission. Friendly.
Okay. You may land at the landing strip. Proceed.
Roger.
Okay, and so we're gonna make a So, you guys land down with relatively uneventfully. Now you guys can place yourselves.
Hey, this looks familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking
suspiciously
about.
Familiar.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Nah, there's nothing familiar here.
Except us being kaijus.
Except that.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you guys the atomic breath weapon. Bonus.
That would solve this issue right quick.
Yep. Bonus 200. Damage 700. Armor piercing.
Area of effect in a cone in front of the user.
Yep. Unlimited range.
You have turned this into D&D 4th edition.
Okay.
Or just overcome with a sense of deja vu.
+1 stress level. No. Oh yeah, you guys, since it's been a while, like, in cryo, you guys can reset your stress to 0. Lakota Monroe is going, as you guys are kind of landing, she's going to say, I am a professional negotiator. I believe I should be, I should join you on this surface outing.
You know
Sure.
more about their military than we do.
Okay.
Or military protocol, I should say.
So, you guys, at the landing pad, you guys are greeted by 10 armed guards.
Let's just hope nobody dies this time.
Looks like they threw a party for us.
So from orbit, we can tell this is like a fully formed colony still, like a big metropolis urban area.
Yeah, it's like a kind of well populated, but not like a metropolis per se.
Okay.
Just a plain opolis.
Yeah, just a regular opolis.
Well, it's a big lady.
Yep. My name is Captain Guan Ting. You are invited to meet with Warlord Sangshi, as you are clearly important visitors. Weapons are not allowed.
Fair enough.
Okay. Just a second.
So be it.
Are
Okay.
we putting them on the ship or are we handing them off to them?
I will allow you guys to decide. You have a feeling that if you leave them, like, completely, like, on the ship, you may not get an opportunity to kind of go back and get them. You might, but you also might not. It's up to you.
I didn't know if they were leaving us with the option of that.
Captain, is there a weapons store at the meeting place where we can store our gear there so we don't have to leave it here?
We will take it and we will store it for you.
Given how many
That
times
works
we
for us.
lost. Continue.
Okay. So, they
Chris is
escort.
gonna make note. Now, don't lose any of this.
We do not lose track of weapons, as you can see. So they,
That's our talking of you.
yep, they let you have or rather, they take you via an open-topped personnel carrier. And they kind of take you over this bridge here. You pass several security checkpoints, and as you rumble through the colony, you notice the frequent guard checkpoints, each with 5 or 6 well-armed soldiers. And if you want to learn more, you guys can make a group observation roll.
I got it.
Okay. I really do need to just get more in observation.
Yep. Anybody else? Because this is a group test.
I'm sorry, what?
Come on, Marty.
Does anybody want to push it?
Can I push mine?
Yes. Okay. Okay. Victor, you notice there are a lot of people in decent clothing and looking well fed. There's no obvious signs of poverty or destitution, and the building work is competent, if not fancy.
Okay.
But
And that
few
last
people...
one was a stress dice.
Yeah. Yeah, good. But few people are smiling, and you specifically sense a seething undercurrent of tension, a tangible note of hostility in the air.
Yay!
Seems not all
Watch
is
your
as...
step around here.
Do you whisper
Do
that,
the
or...
storefronts? Do the storefronts look like cardboard displays?
I'm gonna say they look like what you would expect in a... Like, imagine like a... I'm trying to think of the word. Like a...
That one Disney park where everything is a facade?
Everything is like they're trying to make everything look, fantastic. Like everything is, there's no problems whatsoever, but like there's clearly some kind of conflict that is going on here that they are not letting you know about. So they take you to this warlord's compound, and Captain Guanting tells you, "Enter. Zhang is waiting for you." And yes, my accent comes and goes. I don't know why.
Thank you, Captain.
Okay. And, they kind of stand in formation outside the compound. Inside, you find Godzilla, but a Chinese-looking man. No. You find 2 people waiting for you. Ah, the Warlord, Zhang begins. You must be from the Great Mother Mission.
Our reputation precedes us.
Oh, yes. I have heard all about your little mission, and... But, another party has, arrived here first. And they're offering some really good offers, so... If you really want us to join you, well... You're gonna have to, it's whichever one of you gets us what we need first.
Another group from the Great Mother Mission is already here?
They just said they represent the Union of Progressive Peoples at this Lakota Monroe gets really angry. You cannot deal with them. They are a militant faction of socialist bastards. I will not let you. The Warlord laughs and just says, "You have no authority here, woman."
Great negotiating. What have they offered you?
Well, they've offered to help crush the little rebellion that's been going on. And they've offered us weapons, very much needed around these parts. And to explore the, you've probably seen it, the pyramid on the other side of the lakes, to discover exactly what is going on there.
What pyramid?
You mean you didn't see it? Just look across the lake.
Oh, that pyramid.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh, you mean
there were windows
you mean
behind
that's
him,
not a
right?
Bass Pro Shop?
I thought it was a casino.
Well, recently,
What do we see? What does this pyramid look like?
it is, let me see if I can grab a, look at the... It's not like any human pyramid you've ever seen. I'll tell you that. Like,
Is it a four-sided pyramid?
you can't tell because it seems to have been revealed by a collapse of the cliffside induced by seismic activity. But yes, you're seeing kind of a oblique corner.
Yep.
So recently, seismic activity collapsed that cliff over there and revealed that pyramid. The first explorers were never seen again, but since then, on the 3 nights of spring and winter equinoxes, these creatures leave the pyramid to roam, and they wreak havoc. They wreaked havoc on the colony until I realized that there was a way to gain their attention and prevent further death and destruction. The pyramid has been put off limits to everyone by my order.
How do you get their attention?
Well, you might see yourself in a little bit. Then, just about a month ago, a scout ship arrived. They're offering gifts of advanced tech, promise of more, trying to get us to join them. But I'm not convinced. Whoever can bring me what I want first, that's the one who will get the alliance of this planet.
The other group, they say anything about children, divines?
I'm not at liberty to discuss such private matters, but...
Great. Well,
We'll take that
what
as
is it that
yes.
you want?
We want, I mean, they offered us arms and technology that will help us crush this little insurrection, and a group of people, not my people, to explore the pyramid and figure out exactly what's going on there.
Well, maybe we can negotiate with this rebellion and end things peacefully.
I don't think there's any sign of. I don't think there's any peace. The time for peace has long since passed. And as he says this, well, the woman by his side seems to kind of nod in agreement. But when he mentions the other group, she kind of... Someone make me an observation roll.
I'll try again.
Yeah, observation or manipulation.
Manipulation is crap, so...
You notice that this woman, when he mentioned that other group, her brow kind of furrows. Like she's uncertain about that other group.
And how do you know this other group's even good on their word?
They've already given us some. So yeah. You also note that Zhangxi appears unarmed, and the woman, Xian Wo, or however the heck you pronounce it, I don't know what those accent letters. She'll introduce herself. She has a pistol. And if someone wants to make me another observation roll.
Would you mind if I?
Yep, you make one.
Got it.
Damon's already got it.
But you guys, multiple people can make it. I'll let you guys, if you guys want to talk together, I'll let you kind of add up your successes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Dagnab, I should not.
Okay, so
Are you
your stress
serious?
level. Yep. So together, yeah. Does anybody else want to contribute another one?
Marty's no good at this.
Okay.
So Victor has a nervous breakdown.
Cliff, do you want to try for this one?
I already rolled. I got 2 successes.
Yeah, that was for.
Oh. Yeah, I'll try again.
Okay. Okay, so you guys get 2 successes. You note that her pistol is not only in superb condition, which you would not suspect for a weapon that's been, kind of in use for 75 years, but it's a UPP model of pistol.
Alright, to the group. Then I'm just gonna be like, these guys gonna get everybody here killed. You got the UPP, they're gonna go poking around in that pyramid. And based on creatures coming out and wreaking havoc, I can only guess who's in it.
Yeah. I got a bad feeling about this.
So, what do you guys want to offer us? This other group has offered us quite tantalizing technology and weapons. Because there's been an ongoing terrorist problem recently. A group of insurrectionists encouraged by the Union Mutual Society. They're making trouble for the peace-loving people of the cooperative. So, I'm wondering, what help can you offer to resolve this? We need a strong hand to crush these terrorists and ensure that the peace is kept.
Well, the first thing we're offering is reconnection to the Middle Heavens through a trade agreement with your colony and the Great Mother Mission. Obviously, this would be very lucrative. It's kind of hard to sell your stuff when you got nobody to sell to.
Yeah, but are you offering... I'm particularly interested in weapons and ship parts and upgrades. What do you have to offer in that department? Again, we have a problem with terrorists. I assume you know what terrorists are.
We're aware. Who we have, guys? We do have some weapons. Same weapons the UPP are using.
Actually, we offloaded all of those at the last colony, I think.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Most of them.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Only
you
most?
guys,
Okay.
We gave Marty's children space AKs.
yeah, and you guys took... I think you guys saved enough for, like, yourselves if you didn't already have weapons. Same with, like, the armor.
Yeah. I think all of us have some of the armor.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you reconnect with the mission, I'm sure you could requisition any supplies you need. Or even trade for them.
That other party was offering them up. Why don't you leave your negotiator here, with our people to... she can further, explore any future relationship, and, why don't you guys, tour the town and see what it's like. You'll be escorted by, my Captain Guanting and, 5-soldier bodyguard. As I said, we've had a terrorist problem, but it's those damn Union Mutual Society who are encouraging the whole thing.
Yes, we would like to see, the reality of your situation here.
All right, Guanting. She immediately, you see the captain, that kind of escorted you from the landing strip, walk up. Show our new visitors show them the town, and make sure there's no trouble. Alright, so... you guys are let out onto a Daihotai tractor, or rather another personnel carrier, and kind of you're driving around the town. You note that the compound that you just left is ringed by a 5-meter-high stone wall with an imposing wrought iron gate that you lead through. It contains where you were was a luxurious palace with gardens and pools, as well as a garden atelier. And as you pass the barracks, you note that it's got training facilities, multiple vehicles, and the 3 buildings that that compose it are ringed by a 3-meter-high wire fence. Is there any other places where you guys want to, any places that you guys want to specifically ask to look at?
We'd like to see your industrial district. We're very interested in the things you produce and your exports.
Okay.
Yes, let's go with that.
Let's see if they, So, the industrial district, as you go there, you pass the amphitheater. So let me. As well as Huanghu Square, which seemed to be a huge plaza, apparently for rallies and parades. And to your right, as you approach that square, you saw this district, the Zuihaodai district, full of finely architectured homes and villas. The amphitheater, as you passed it, just it appears it's used for both gladiatorial contests and sporting events. But the industrial district, it seems to be, they seem to be mostly producing, well, let's see if I can. They seem to be mostly trying to produce ammunition and arms.
Left arms or right arms?
These hands, specifically.
Why do they need more guns if they're already making them?
They don't seem to be very successful at it. They're moving very, very slowly, and it seems like it's mostly kind of maintenance of existing weapons rather than any sort of like producing new weapons. Like it seems to be mostly maintenance and maybe some ammunition, but not much. There was also some mining material, especially salt, apparently from the lake, that is being mined and kind of brought up and kind of purified, taking some minerals out, producing various ores, or rather, kind of isolating various ores from around the area.
Okay.
Does my character notice any obvious safety concerns? I feel like that would be somewhat in character.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you notice that they're not particularly, they don't particularly seem to be, it seems like the kind of, like, there aren't really a lot of safeties, if any, in terms of, like, keeping someone from falling into, like, like one of those ore grinding machines or like rock grinding machines, that sort of thing. Like there's no guardrails, anything like that.
So OSHA has definitely not been here.
Yeah. OSHA probably, if they've been here, they probably got executed.
Yep. Does Space OSHA have a military?
If they do, it's funded by Weyland-Yutani, if that tells you anything.
Of course
safe
it is.
or else.
Of course.
The Weyland-Yutani Safety Rail Company.
Secretly making rails that every box ships with a free xenomorph egg.
Maybe we should check out the union office. See what their grievances are.
That might not be the worst idea.
Okay.
However, if I may articulate, I'm kind of getting tired, and I actually do kind of have to get up in the morning, so...
Okay, so, as you guys do, you guys hear, like, on, from Guanting's, comms, and she says, "The Honorable Zhang Shi requests your presence at a most special event. You note that it is dusk.
You guys serving dinner too?"
And, yeah, she leads you up back to the compound. And you are escorted up to the gallows.
Like, to a viewing area, or like...
Yeah, to, a small platform, 30 meters from the water. Now this is a special ritual. This is how we've kept these creatures at bay these, past few years. You guys note that there is a crowd gathering along a low metal fence to watch. And,
I'm gonna say Victor has some flashbacks and gains of stress.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. And, a Daihotai 8x8 appears, and a man and a woman are dragged out by 4 soldiers and chained to 2 posts at the lake's edge. This is the first day of sacrifice, of the 3 days of sacrifice. Unfortunately, these criminals drew the short straws. Now, they're kind of kicking and screaming until they're just chained to the posts and seem to be kind of almost resigned to their fates.
They're criminals, you said?
Yes, criminals. We draw ballots, or straws, every spring and winter equinox for the 3 days. Those who draw the short straws are, well, you'll see. You note that the water at the shore's edge begins to glow. And 2 creatures emerge from the deep. Two The victims are begging to be reprieved, and even some of the crowd are begging for mercy. No, don't! Please! Mercy! Everybody gains +1 stress level. These creatures slowly emerge. You note that they have these long heads, similar yet distinct from the creatures you saw on Dylan Colony. Their heads are glowing, like deep sea organisms, really. And you note that they're just the rest of their bodies are just ebon black, but illuminated by the glow coming from their kind of oblong heads. They rise up. They're probably a good 7 feet tall. They have long, segmented tails ending in these barbed, kind of sharp blades. Their limbs each end in a set of fearsome-looking claws.
Those things live here?
The victims are torn from their chains with violent wrenching and the sound of snapping metal, and they're carried away into the water.
Now I see why they want guns.
The crowd begins to panic, and the guards begin to surround Zhangxi. He commands the crowd to stop. But you guys note that Brigadier Woe seems to quietly approve. Though the guards are not intervening, per se. They're not trying to quell the crowd. He just commands them to stop. And the creatures, with the screaming, thrashing captives in their grips, begin to swim away towards the pyramid before submerging underwater. Tonight's sacrifice is over. You are all go back to your homes now. Now the guards start to kind of move over and start really kind of pushing on the crowds to get them kind of reinforce order, so to speak.
This can't be good.
I've never seen anything like one of those creatures before.
I mean, I think we saw two things kind of like them.
I meant outside
Big.
of this.
Those were a lot
This
smaller,
mission.
though.
I mean, yeah. Like, big, ugly, scary.
Ebon black, especially. And these ones look more like they had almost a semi-mechanical, like a more biomechanical look, rather than like kind of a purely organic look, as those creatures on Dylan did.
I just get the sense that these aren't like your typical predator creature. They seem to be more... There's just something about them that makes them more
Or alien.
formidable.
That might be a good word for it.
Well, obviously they got glowing heads.
Well, I mean, fish got glowing heads too, and we don't call them aliens.
I don't know. I know a few people that disagree with that.
Those, they have been appeased for now. We have 2 more days left, and then we are free until the spring equinox. This has kept the peace, and they were criminals anyways, so it's not like we really lost anything of value. It keeps those predators away from those of us who desire peace. So,
And you can't just leave a cow or a couple of goats.
what's a cow? What's a goat?
I do believe that answers this question.
Sorry, a space cow and a space goat.
Oh, that's... Now I understand. Well, when this colony was first established, during one of the more recent terrorist attacks, our livestock was decimated.
So you mean the terrorists did space cow mutilation? The
Something like that.
fiends.
Something like that, and it seems the predators took care of the rest.
No, the space cow stole a spaceship.
It
It was a mutiny.
Just for that, one of those aliens is coming back and grabbing you. No, I'm kidding.
No, you just see it swims out of the water, flicks this cliff off, and then swims back.
I'll allow that, just because it's funny, and that's how I run things on. That's how I run my ship. If it's funny, I allow it to happen. Not without consequences, but I allow it to happen. So, yeah, you guys now have a little bit more of a complete idea of what's going on here, and I think that is a perfect opportunity to stop for the night.
Whew, alien abductions.
Indeed.
Well, that
Alien
was
abductions,
ritualistic.
cow mutilation. Heck, all we need is crop circles, and we get the trifecta.
Oh, you mean those circles out by the landing strips?
I thought those were cultural.
Oh
Has
no,
anyone returned and complained about a pain in their, anus from being perhaps probed by anything?
Oh, we've had a hemorrhoid epidemic.
Knew it.
Alright, well, we've come, Bree. We've come with crates of preparation H.
Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this first half of this expedition.
We seem to have got a lot done today, I think.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
we have.
yeah, and I think you can probably see why I really insisted you guys have some backup PCs ready.
Yes, because we're all probably going to die.
It's entirely possible. Because he seems really insistent that somebody explore that pyramid. And you guys know your contracts.
If we don't do it, the UPP will.
Yeah.
And that would mean this world would go to the UPP. And you would forfeit all shares.
And the UPP would release whatever's in there and get everyone on the planet killed, so...
Probably.
Yeah. But
So,
Also
but
bad for
worse,
business.
We wouldn't get paid.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's the point of being alive if you don't get paid?
True. I have a feeling it's going to be filled with doom and traps like in Alien vs. Predator when they find that pyramid under the ice.
Oh, yeah. We'll see. Because there also
We
seems to
won't
be some
have-
civil unrest. There might be some other stuff you guys haven't explored into quite yet.
We probably won't have a predator to help kill aliens for us.
No.
Unfortunately not.
However, we do have some terraforming equipment, which I think is specially designed for dealing with these types of things.
Yep, it's the mothership that has the terraforming nukes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, you would have to requisition,
We should have gotten one of
I'm
those.
not
and
sure.
that would require getting permission also from one of the main sponsors of the expedition, Wayland Yutani.
Not
I'm not
Yay.
sure we want to nuke a planet that has major seismic activity.
Do we have a choice? Yeah, we kind of do. We're kind of stuck here.
It's the only way to be sure.
It's the only way to be sure, but that's only when we're doing it from orbit. We would have to drag this thing into the middle of the pyramid. Otherwise, it'd probably look like the ship after the nuke in Independence Day.
Oh yeah. Yep, just
Target remains. I repeat, target remains.
Well, you guys have a whole week to contemplate on what awaits you in the pyramid and on the rest of this colony. And I have another week that I can really prepare for this actual expedition.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay, well, I think that's where I'm going to end it tonight for the stream. So, for the 2 viewers watching, have a good night, and I will see you next Saturday.